Hello, my candidate number is 007050-0001. My theater theorist is Christian Linklater. Christian was born April 1936 in the United Kingdom. She was raised in Scotland. Linklater then went on to train at Bertram Joseph and Iris Warren at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts. During the 1960s, Linklater moved to the U.S. and worked with the Gurthine Theater in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Stratford Shakespeare Festival in Ontario, Canada. She was educated at St. Leonard's School. Linklater was a founding member in 1973 of Shakespeare and Company. Linklater and several British American actors founded an acting troupe, Shakespeare and Company. She served as co-director with Tina Parker. She left in the mid-90s to develop her own approach to voice for actors, influenced by her teachers at LAMDA, the London American Music and Dramatic Arts Academy, as well as the Alexander technique. So this is Linklater's technique. Linklater's work is designed to liberate the natural and natural function of the the vocal mechanism, as opposed to developing a vocal technique. So opposed to an actor creating their own voice of what they think the character is, she wishes to release the natural voice of the actor itself. Her writings on voice included Freeing the Natural Voice and Freeing Shakespeare's Voice. She is a part of the Swedish descent through her father, Scottish novelist Eric Linklater. This is an excerpt from Linklater's school page, further analyzing the technique as a whole. So Linklater's voice provides a clear method by which one, from professional actor to business communicator to everyday speaker, can understand and improve his or her voice. We use our voices all day long, in the home, the workplace, outdoors, for fun, and for profit. The voice is deeply personal, and Linklater workshops reconnect you with your desire to communicate while restoring your voice to its fullest expressive capacity. The human voice has 3 to 4 octaves of sound that can accurately reveal thoughts, emotions, impulses, and ideas. Linklater's voice offers the power and pleasure of voice consciousness. The technique is supposed to relax the actor as they fully embody the character they are supposed to portray. Most actors today use a force a natural voice to the character. Linklater's purpose is to release the character into their natural state of being. This is a quote from Linklater. It says, "Know your voice. It's strong, it's sensitive, it's resilient, and it's you," says Christian Linklater. So the do's and don'ts. So she created a list of do's and don'ts for an actor. Do get lots of sleep. It relieves the vocal cords for obvious reasons. And do try to persuade your director not to set your play in a sand script, which means a mess with your voice. Do a 20 to 60 minute voice and body warm up, and as close as possible to the start of every rehearsal and performance. And do fall in love with your breathing. It's your motion, it's your voice, it's not a machine. So basically, what she's trying to do is release your natural voice. Most days, actors are really stuck in what this actor is supposed to sound like, or what this play is supposed to sound like, the dialect. But what Christians really want to do is finding the actor within you, and with that starts with using your voice. So using your own voice to portray this character you're trying to portray. Some more do's is do body down your pelvis, like basically do some exercises to release your body, which can release your voice. And some don'ts. Don't smoke, don't drink alcohol of any kind, don't drink caffeinated drinks. Basically, what all of these things he's saying don't do, it strains your voices, it strains your vocal cords, and it alters it in a way in which it's unnatural, or it may sound unnatural. It affects your natural vocal cords. Like don't eat cheese, don't eat chocolate, don't drink milk before a show. Okay, so this is Linklater's application of her theories. She is the head of the acting in the University of Columbia and teaches her technique to this day. She has opened up schools in Europe to teach her technique. Linklater also has books expressing her techniques, as I stated before, Freeing the Natural Voice, and other sorts of books to help the mechanism. Linklater really goes in with the character throughout her workshops. She finds the character's voice within the actor's voice, and this all starts with finding who the actor is, releasing the actor, and through releasing the actor, they're able to release the character. This may during workshops and expressions as to how the actor talks, like normal talk. Normal conversation is what Linklater is really trying to capture in her workshops. She wants the actor not to be forced in their voice. She wants the actor to use their own personal experience, personal voice, to apply it to the character. By applying this to the character becomes less forced, more natural, and more believable. Throughout theater, an actor must become believable. If you're not believable, then you're not a great actor. Therefore, with techniques such as Linklater's and other theater theorists, they have these theories in which they're able to convey to the character techniques and methods in which they become more believable. And you can never do somebody else's voice as great as you can do your own voice. People can create accents and create foreign accents or foreign dialects, but their dialects and the accents that they create will never be as great as their own dialect, as their own natural voice, as their own tendencies, the high octaves of their voice. As Linklater said, there is 4 octaves in the voice, and you can never truly master those 4 octaves as portraying something else that you are not. Without a natural voice, an actor is unable to become natural. It doesn't matter if it's a Shakespearean play, it doesn't matter if it's a modern play. If an actor is not using their own voice, it becomes unnatural and unbelievable. As you guys can say, Shakespearean times, they have different dialects and they use words differently. They have that type of accent because of the location and the geography of where they're placed in that set time period. However, if a character in this modern times today is able to capture what their own voice and their own natural voice is, they're able to apply these tendencies to the character they're trying to portray in the Shakespearean time. This does not necessarily mean that they can't have an accent or they can't have the dialect that Shakespeare intended to throughout his plays. It just means that the voice of the actor must not be clouded or forced through while an actor is trying to portray this character. The character must stay stable as the actor. It must be simultaneously that the actor must have the actor's natural voice must go along with the character in which they're trying to portray. If it doesn't go along with the character in which they're trying to play, then everything becomes extinct. Everything is no longer natural, and the emotions are therefore clouded by the forced voice in which the actor is trying to portray throughout his work. This can be seen through many works, like say, for example, you take a freshman actor in high school who's trying to portray a role of a southern countryman, but does not truly know their own voice. Through this, the actor is unable to fully commit himself and is unable to fully connect himself to the character in which he's trying to portray. The actor will only submerge himself into a cloud of misconception, a cloud of forcedness, and he is acting. As you guys know, the first rule of acting is to react and not act. Once the audience can tell you're acting, it's not good acting anymore. So basically, throughout this theory that applies to multiple sectors, not just acting, this theory applies to public speaking or public performing. Like as I stated previously, the actor is business people and public speakers use this theory in order to release their natural self. And as you guys can see, as releasing yourself naturally through a speech or through like a public relations type of operations, you're able to connect to an audience. So as one can connect to an audience through a speech, that is how an actor can connect to an audience through a piece. So what Linklater is really trying to do is she's showing how similar it is for an actor similar it is for an actor to convince a crowd as it is for a professional speaker to convince a crowd, acting as himself and also acting as himself, both using their natural voice to encompass what they're trying to deliver to the audience and how they want to deliver it to the audience, making it believable and also making it natural and also making it overall a good experience. Bettering yourself as a performer, making yourself go